Thank you for joining me on this video. My name is Rodney Constable. I am the president and founder of Simple Market Signals at simplemarketsignals.com. Today we are going to be doing technical analysis on the S&P 500 for Friday, February 28th, 2020. And we will be using my stockcharts.com charting service, of which I am a paid member, and I will leave a link to their site in the description box below this video. First, I want to point out that we were only down 0.83% today, so a little over 0.8%. You can see where my cursor is moving in the upper right-hand corner, and we finished. The data keeps coming in, but we finished a little over 29.54 today. I've seen anything after the close of 29.54.10 to 29.54.14. So anyway, we finished a little over 29.54 on the S&P 500. And down here, you can see that of all the candles we've had this last week, each one of these vertical bars, by the way, is a day in the S&P 500. And this chart is a one-year chart of the S&P 500. And where you see my cursor moving in the lower right, that is today's trading. And at least from a candlestick standpoint, this is a little bit more positive than what we've seen in a while. Yesterday, you can see here that we finished at the absolute low of the session. That is not a good thing. And at least today, we did not finish at the absolute low. As a matter of fact, we finished kind of towards the high. And I'll show you that a little bit better view on another chart here in just a minute. Any of you that watched my video from last night, I kind of gave a preview of this, but the good news is, if there's any good news here, guys, is that basically what we've done so far is we've basically retraced all of this movement from the beginning of October. Okay, and I'm going to show you a couple more charts on this, which are really cool, looking at the intraday closes in October as well as today. So stay tuned. You're going to love that. But the good news is that even though this has been an absolutely horrific week, and apparently we set a record for the fastest correction after an all-time high. So we made an all-time high back here last week, and then this drop was the fastest 10+% drop because of correction. Keep in mind, a correction in the stock market and a stock whatever is a 10% or more fall from your previous all-time high. We set that all-time high back here at a little over 33.80, and that was last Wednesday, I believe. And then as we cratered here, it was either Wednesday, Thursday last week, but anyway, as we cratered, it only took us, just basically this last week, and we're down well over, 10%. And of course, we undercut the 200-day moving average, which is this gold line here. We fell beneath these key support areas that I've been talking about, the 3,000 and 3020 level. And the good news is we're not substantially below 30,000 or 30,000. We're not substantially below 3,000, excuse me, on the S&P 500 right now. And then you can see here, if we go back to October, and let me kind of bring that in. Let's do maybe a 6-month chart to see if we can get a little bit better perspective. Whoop, I went to 6 years. Sorry about that here, guys. Grab the wrong dial. So let's go to a 6-month chart here, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is where we finished up, and let me annotate this to really put perspective on this for you. So here's where we finished today, right? Dial that in, and this is October. So you can see that where we finished today was actually still higher than some of our lowest closes in October. As a matter of fact, the October 2019 low close was on October 2nd, where we closed at 2887.61, 2887.61. We're at 2954. Every time I look at this, it keeps giving me another number. We're a little over 2954. Okay, right now it's showing me 2954.22 because of data. It's just a few minutes after 4 o'clock. The market closed at 4, so the data is still coming in. But either way, we closed somewhere around that 2954, just north of 2954. So we're still above where we were at the beginning of October of 2019. So I want to put this in perspective. Yes, it's been a horrible week, but the reality is that we're still above where we closed anyway. We're still above where our lowest close was in October of 2019. So at this point, we've basically have only reversed about 5 months of trading. I know it's been painful and it sucks, but it's important to keep this in perspective. Okay, so now let's take a look at where we finished up today. So this chart is a 10-minute chart, okay, and it's the last 5 days of trading. This is this entire week. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And you can see here in the bottom right-hand corner where my cursor is moving, this is today's trade. And you can see that we finished right at and this is really the high of the day, but we finished really, really close to the high of the day. That is the most bullish pattern we've seen all week. And going into a weekend, that is really nice to see. Now, I am not suggesting that this market is bottomed. It's possible that it has, okay? But it would be extremely irresponsible of me to make that call right now, all right? Because to the degree, and again, it's never any one thing, guys, but to the degree that the coronavirus is part of this sell-off, right, that we're having, it's never any one thing that drives the market higher or lower, all right? But the coronavirus has been a factor, at least a factor, that has helped bring this market down. And there's still a lot of unknowns out there. So, we don't know how bad this thing is going to get. We don't know how bad it's going to hit earnings of companies around the globe. So therefore, if you can't get a good handle on what your earnings are going to be and what the multiple on those earnings is going to be, you don't know what the stock market's going to finish at, what the price target is for the end of the year. So there's less clarity now, right? There's more ambiguity. There's more uncertainty now than what there was at the beginning of the year. So, when the analysts do their estimates. So, and remember, guys, people hate uncertainty. The stock market, which is nothing but all of us trading together, right? The stock market hates uncertainty. So to the degree that there's uncertainty out there, the market is going to get nervous. And also remember that fear of loss is greater than the desire for gain. So, fear of loss, people are going to, they're going to take defensive measures. They're going to sell. And whether it's human beings pushing the sell button or the algorithms, this is what's bringing this thing down. But this, to me, is, yes, we still finished negative, but we finished towards the high of the session. And you can see a pretty strong volume spike, and volume started to pick up as the market started to rise towards the tail end of the day. All of those things, to me, are at least in the short term bullish, okay? So again, one of the things I wanted to point out here, and you can see where my cursor is moving at the right around the 15 mark today, we hit the intraday low. Now this is really cool. We hit the intraday low of 2855.84. So keep that number in mind, 2855.84, 2855.84. Look at this. This is October of 2019. Right here, we hit the intraday low in October, on October 3rd, of 2855.94. Okay, 2855.94. In other words, today's low was 1/10 of a point lower than the low that we hit in October of 2019. So when I say that pretty much all we've done so far is retrace where we were in October to kind of give some perspective on this. Yes, I know it stinks. We hate it, right? It's been super volatile. And remember, the market takes the stairs up and the elevator down. Okay, stairs up, elevator down. So it sucks. There's no other way around it. But if we keep this in perspective, that today's intraday low was virtually exactly where we were on October 3rd of 2019, and it took us 5 months, right, to get up to that new all-time high. It's possible, in 4 or 5 months, at least 4 or 5 months beyond whenever we find our bottom, whether it was today or sometime in the future, it's possible that within 5 months or so of that bottom that we're at a new all-time high. Okay, so stay positive. I would be cautious in the short term here, but again, stay optimistic in the long run. Now, let's move back to a 2-year chart. Here's the 2855 level that we kissed today. You can see this, and again, we were back there in October, and you can see this has been a pretty important area. This goes clear back into August of 2019. So the reason this is important is, well, if we can stay above it, hey, we're in good shape, right? But if this doesn't hold, if there's more negativity next week, then I want you to understand where some of the downside support may come in. So probably somewhere around 27.50, maybe 27.25. You can see that we hit that area back in June of 2019. We were back there in March of 2019, and then February. And then again, you can see there was quite a bit of trading there, October, November of 18, and then back here in the summer of 2018. So this 27.25 to 27.50 area is going to be very important if we have not bottomed yet. All right. And then if that doesn't hold, then we have some support around the 26.35 level, as you can see here. At the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019, you can see that this 26.35 area was an area where there was a lot of support and then trading around there, support and resistance there. And then you can see quite a bit of trading in that zone as well. So, and then 27.55. And then, I hope it doesn't happen. But again, if we retrace 100% of the move that we had from the end of 2018, that would bring us back down to 23.50 on the S&P 500. I will be doing a more lengthy special weekend update. I will take a deeper dive into the technical analysis of the S&P 500 as well as some of the sectors this weekend, so look for that. I'm going to try to have that out around 4:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, so tomorrow, so please look for that. Again, that will be a special weekend update. Today's trading action was overall somewhat positive, but I would still be cautious here. This is a dangerous market, and I think it's still a little too early to call a bottom just yet. If you would like to learn how Simple Market Signals can help you become a more successful investor, trader, or financial advisor, you will want to watch the video introducing Simple Market Signals, which is on my YouTube channel. I will also leave a link to that video in the description box below this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up on this video, leave a comment, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.